afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our final press conference before tomorrow's 2018 Copenhagen Half Marathon. My name's Jeff Whiteman. I'll be one of your commentators and event hosts at the start and finish line. It's a very exciting event this year because world records are being speculated about, and it's only 4 years since Copenhagen first hosted a major marathon, and that was the hosting of the World Half Marathon in 2014. So before we introduce to you 4 men and then 4 women who are hopefully going to be making the headlines tomorrow, let's meet the 2 people who helped make that happen back in 2014 and helped grow the event subsequently. First of all, the General Manager of the Danish Federation, Jakob Larsen.
Thank you. It's so great to see all of you here. We have for 4 years, Dorte, the magnificent team working with us, tried to build an international race. So let me make one thing perfectly clear. Tomorrow is Super Sunday. We got a race in another capital of Europe, marathon in Berlin. Everyone knows about that. And perhaps at 11:17 tomorrow, there is a new story in the world of distance running. However, 2 minutes before that, our race has started. So we may in fact be looking at something that may become history in the world of distance running. To be mentioned in this context for our race is such an honor, and this has nothing to do with Dorte and myself. It has everything to do with the esteemed runners that we are about to meet in a few seconds. So, without further ado, I will delay you no more. You can always talk to me. I'll be around. But first of all, thank you and welcome to Copenhagen.
Thank you very much, and let's welcome the race director, Dorte Viborg.
Just as Jacob, I'm very proud of standing here after 4 years and with a unique cooperation with the Danish Athletics Federation, having an event, an international IIF road race gold label half marathon. Athletics are near to our heart, and that's why we strive so much to create the world's fastest half marathon course. Not just for the elite runners, but also for all the other recreational runners who participate in our events. Tomorrow will be a fantastic day. It's not just about creating a very fast course, it's also about the atmosphere. What we have succeeded after the World Half Championship in 2014 is exactly this about the atmosphere. An atmosphere that makes it possible for runners to run fast, not just the elite, but everybody. Tomorrow we are ready. We are preparing the last details right now. We are ensuring that everything is in place for you to break the world record. Welcome to Copenhagen, both international guests and also all the Danish runners who will come tomorrow.
So just a very quick update on the weather forecast, and those of you that were here a year ago will know that weather is a very variable thing in Copenhagen with a coastal climate, but right now it's perfect. It's around about 15 to 16 degrees during race time, and if there is a breeze, and there often is because we're coastal, it will be a slight tailwind as the runners turn just before 13 kilometres. So very, very favourable. We're going to meet some runners who've competed here before, won here before, and we're going to meet people who are not only debuting for the first time in Copenhagen, but running their first ever half marathon. So we're going to start with the men. We'll introduce them in the order they have their place names. It will be 2 or 3 questions from me, and then any questions that you may have. So we'll start with the man who is ranked 3rd fastest in the world this year. He was 4th in the World Half Marathon Chips in Valencia. He's run 59 minutes exactly on his debut at the Ras Al Khaimah Half Marathon earlier in the year. Please welcome from Ethiopia, Jamal Yima. Alongside him, an athlete who ran 59.06 in Italy this year on his debut, and just to show the variety of directions that athletes are coming to this event from, he was 3rd in the Kenyan Commonwealth Games steeplechase trials on the track earlier this year. Representing Kenya, Daniel Kipchumba. And then we have last year's runner-up. He's run 59.36 in RAC this year. He ran 58.48 earlier this year. He also ran in the World Half Marathon Championships and was 6th in 62 minutes in a half marathon in China. Please welcome from Kenya, Yoram Lumbasi Akombo. And finally, it's our defending champion. He set an Asian record when he won here last year in 58.40. He took the silver medal in the World Half Marathon Championships in Valencia in March. Just 3 weeks ago, he was runner-up in the Asian Games over 10,000 metres. He is our defending champion from Bahrain, Abraham Cherobin. So, if we can pass the microphone down to this end, please, and we'll start with Jamal. We may be divided by a common language here, but we'll give it a good go and see. First of all, Jamal, is this your first time in Denmark, and how do you like Copenhagen?
Thank you. This is a new country for me. I went for this morning, and I like the place. I love Copenhagen.
You love Copenhagen?
Yeah.
That's the right thing to say. Well done. And how have your preparations been for this race?
Oh, my training has been good. I was unhappy not be medalist half marathon Valencia. I have confidence as I run 59.00 in Iraq.
And what are your hopes for tomorrow?
Every athlete has come to win. So I win to win.
You're hoping for the win?
Yeah.
Good luck. You got through the hard bit. That was the press conference. Let's hand the microphone over to Daniel and ask him we have 22,000 runners competing tomorrow, but the focus is on you. Just so that people tuning in and here in the room have some impression. How many kilometres have you run per week preparing for Copenhagen? What do you normally do in training?
Okay, in training, I have been doing good, and I have been running, doing speed of 18 kilometers by day in a week.
18 kilometres a day.
Yeah.
And how far out do you start to prepare for a race like this? How many weeks?
Okay, I started preparing the race when I think 3 weeks ago, and I was seeing my body was good. Yeah.
And what are your hopes for tomorrow? What is your aim?
My expectation tomorrow, I will be doing good. So I will see if the body will be okay in 15 kilometers. I will try to go.
And less than 5 months ago, you were preparing for Commonwealth trials in steeplechase, and now you find yourself running an hour on the road. Which do you think will be your best distance in the future?
Okay, my best area in my future is I think road race. Yeah.
So this is important to you for your future career.
Yeah, it is important for my
We wish you
future.
luck.
Yeah.
Let's pass on to Joram, who was runner-up last year. So we come to our first person with experience of Copenhagen. What do you remember of last year's race, apart from the good weather when you finished?
Thank you. I remember last year, the time I was being visited to Copenhagen. My body was not bad, so the time we go and start the race as Copenhagen route, I ran well, and I think that time was not bad to me.
Will you approach it differently to last year? It went out very, very fast last year. Will you expect the same this year? Or have you learned anything about how to tackle the course, how to pace yourself?
Yeah. The course to me was not bad. Maybe if it's the same as last year.
So you were second. Abraham, who we'll come to in a moment, was first. Have you raced since? Was that the first time you raced each other, or have you raced in 2018?
Sorry?
Have you raced against Abraham since last year here?
No.
So this is the rematch in the World Champs.
I think we'll change.
Okay. But not so it made an impression on you. let's pass the microphone to our defending champion, Abraham. What are your memories, Abraham, of your win here last year?
Last year were very come last year is very 2 years for Copenhagen. I ran very good last year, and this year is run very good. We go to course record for this year.
And last year, you had an outstanding run. All the talk this year has taken it up a level, talk of a world record. What's your impression of the course? If the conditions are good, can the world record go tomorrow?
Last year is not. You go to run for 19 kilometers for record, and after 19, space you were very slow.
And do you feel that having competed in the Asian Games on the track just 2 or 3 weeks ago, you come in sharp, or are you ending a long season? How is your condition with your track season having only just ended?
For track, there is no run very good in track and half marathon. Next year is go to championship 10,000.
It's a fantastic field that's been lined up against you. You're the defending champion. Is there anybody that you worry about, or do you just concentrate on your own race?
We run race.
And do you worry about the pacemaking?
Yeah,
It's very, very fast, but it's what you want.
it's very fast.
What do you, when you're training, do you visualise breaking a world record? Can you imagine what that might be like?
Training is very good.
But do you ever think about, when you're running long miles in preparation, do you think about, wonder what it would be like to break a world record?
Maybe tomorrow is break record. Maybe.
Maybe. All right. Well, we wish you all the very best of luck. Does anybody have any questions from our leading men, for our leading men? Okay. Well, thank you all very much. We'll let you away now. Good luck tomorrow morning. And now we'll change the place cards, I think, just so that visually we're correct. Okay, let's welcome the ladies, starting with somebody who has the unique distinction of running for the host club, for Sparta. She's been based in Copenhagen for many years. She ran 70:42 here a year ago. Extraordinarily, she's improved from 2013 at 81 minutes down to 70 minutes last year, and she also ran 2:29 in the Frankfurt Marathon last year. Please welcome Silvia Medugu. And we know her as Silvia Kibarengi. Alongside her, somebody that ran 66:19 in Istanbul in the half marathon last year. She also ran 69 minutes in the World Half Marathon and 2:29 in this year's Paris Marathon. From Kenya, Ruth Chepengetich. And then our third female, 65:04 in Prague this year. She went through 10 kilometres in 30:14. She ran 66:25 here last year for second place. From Kenya, Joan Chilimo Melly. And finally, it's not exactly her debut, but her personal best makes her one of the slowest athletes we're going to meet today, because it's 77:10 from Eindhoven 7 years ago. But she has run 1:56 for 800 metres, 4:14 for a mile this year, winner of the Continental Cup over 3,000 metres last week, and winner of the European Championships over 5,000 metres last month. From Netherlands, Sifan Hassan. So let's move the microphone down to Sylvia. Are you sitting alongside your place name? So Ruth here, Sylvia here, please. That's it. And Sylvia, we should just clear up.
Yes.
Which surname you prefer? we've got a variety of options with you.
You can choose.
Kibirengi is what I've known you
Yes,
as.
yeah.
Is that what you prefer?
Yes, yeah.
So, what are the expectations on you tomorrow? What do you expect of yourself?
For me, as in my expectation for tomorrow is just to see how it goes, because sometimes you expect something and then it doesn't go the way you wanted to. So for me, it's like maybe it will be good for me to be like a surprise. Yeah.
Is that what happened to you in the marathon? You got a little bit over eager in the countdown to this year's Telenor Copenhagen Marathon, and perhaps you paid a price for that in the end?
Yes, from my previous race, which it was Copenhagen Marathon, sometimes, yeah, it's good to have expectation, but to have this, how can you say, like to have this more confidence in yourself, seeing yourself like, yeah, the training has been going well, I've been training the exact pace that I'm supposed to, and then at the end, when it doesn't work like you expected, then you go down emotionally, and for you to overcome that, you need to be strong, mind-wise and also mentality, so that you accept and say that if it hasn't gone well this time, then I try next time, because there is as for me, I still have a long way to go, so I take things step by step.
And you must be the greatest advert for the training at Sparta, because you have come down by 11 minutes over the last 5 years. Is that just because you got more and more serious as an athlete?
Yes, and actually something that it's motivating me first, it's my husband who has been helping me a lot in training, and also when I think some years ago, I was not very close. You can see the runners here who are sitting with me here, but I always have this mentality that I want to be like them, that I hope one day that it's gonna be a history for me to make, and also from where I come, that it was not easy to get motivation, because I come from I was born in a slum area, so it will be a history, and it will be something that many youths will learn from me, that when you have your talent, you have to keep on moving, no matter what, no matter how it goes, how life is hard, but you still have this mentality that one day you will make it, because it doesn't just happen just once. It takes time, as in even you see the runners who are breaking the world record all over the world. They have been it has been taking them years and years for them to achieve what they want.
So you not only race this event every year, but you train on these streets, you know the conditions, you know it year round. We've got old Sifan up the end, who's just run one half marathon in 77 minutes.
Yeah.
Bit of a novice.
Yeah.
What advice would you give on the course to anybody that's running it for the first time?
Anyone running Copenhagen Half as for the first time, I will encourage them that remember that you have been training for this, and no matter, even if it doesn't go well, but you know that you have a next chance next time, and Copenhagen, something which is very exciting about this half marathon, because there are many audience who are cheering up, motivating you. Come on, you have to keep on going. You don't have to lose hope. So it will be next experience for Stephen to run Copenhagen Marathon, and I hope you will come next time. It will not be just your first time and the last time to be here.
Well said.
Yeah.
Let's turn now to Ruth. Ruth, as we mentioned, 66.19, so we can talk to you about the world record. Is it something you think about, the world half marathon record? Is that what you're here for? Are you on business for the world record? Yes, all right. What do you think? What do you think it will take? What's it going to take to win tomorrow?
First, I want to thank the race organizer of this race, my manager, and all of you for welcoming me to this race, Copenhagen Half. This is my first time in Copenhagen. So when I was told you will be going to compete in Copenhagen, I started to train hard and focused. Last year, I wanted to come to this race, but I didn't get a chance. Last year again, I wanted to come for a record, but this time I have got a chance. I want to try my best to see if I will get that record. Okay.
Whereabouts do you base yourself for training? Where is your home training camp?
In Kenya, I'm training in Ngong.
Ngong.
Yes.
And they talk about Copenhagen there. When you're training and thinking about your winter plans, your autumn plans, do people say, I hope I get into Copenhagen?
Sorry?
Do the other athletes talk about Copenhagen, all those miles away, as part of their plans? Does it have a global reputation that people want to come here from Kenya?
Yes, I have heard.
Okay, thank you. A good answer. Let's turn next to our third lady, Joan Chalimo Melli, 65.04 in Prague, runner-up here last year. What do you remember of the 2017 race?
Here in Copenhagen, first I'm really excited to be part of Copenhagen Half again this year, and I'm so humbled again to be here. So last year I was runner-up, I was second, and I did a personal best, and I did a personal best. So that's what I remember about Copenhagen.
And when you finished, did you think I could go quicker on this course? It's fast. I could do quicker.
Yes, because I improved like 2 minutes from my personal best, which was 68. I did in Berlin that year in April. So I really thought that I could go fast, because at first when we were discussing about the pace before the race, we had planned to go 32 minutes. Then we went out going at 31:43 for the first 10 kilometers, and I felt strong. So it's only the last almost 600, like 400 meters to go when I got tired, because I was still getting used to the half marathon. So I paid for the price of leading throughout the race. So, but I trained and went and improved my personal best in my other races that I went before now. Yeah.
Would you do anything different? Would you do anything different tomorrow? Have you learned anything about the course where you think, right, wait till then, or take this bit hard?
From the races I've been competing, I was in Prague and Prague also. So I've learned to go fast, so that I can. So that's my tactic for tomorrow. Yeah.
And you're happy with the pacemaking? It's very, very ambitious, but you'll go with it?
Yes, I'm so happy because I'm just waiting to surprise myself. I don't know what can come out.
I asked one of the men, and I think it may have lost something in translation, but do you think about what it'd be like to break a world record when you're training? Do you ever try and imagine it?
After running in Prague and missing the world record by 13 seconds on April, um, I started thinking like it's possible. So, but also it depends with some conditions. I mean the weather and all that, and sometimes winning a race, like for me, winning is more important.
Yeah.
Okay, if the record comes, then it's fine. I'd love it, but in training, sometimes I think about it. Given that I did a 65.04,
Yeah.
so sometimes I just think about it. Like one day, if I can just beat the world record, it would be so good. Yeah.
And compared to 65.04, what sort of form do you think you're in at the moment?
Actually, I'm in a good form because after Prague in April, I just went to one race in China, and after that I have been preparing for Copenhagen.
So for many weeks?
Yeah, so it's like 3 months of like good preparation. So I am still in the same form as April, or even better. So that's my form right now.
And just as an insight, as again I asked one of the men, what does a good preparation constitute for you? How many kilometres a week have you been running in preparation for Copenhagen?
For me, I do 130 to 140 kilometers a week.
Wow.
And yeah, I do 2 workouts in a week, and so that's how I've been preparing.
Good. We wish you well.
And also recovery and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's turn to Sifan, who behind the scenes must be the most talked about athlete at these championships. Just 1 week on from a 3,000 metres on the track. Are you super confident, super nervous, or somewhere in between?
I don't know. I mean, because I don't train for half marathon. I'm not nervous, or I don't even know how I feel.
So we were saying that one of the keys to this could be how far do you go in training? So what is your longest run in training on a regular basis?
I think I did like 3 years ago. I did 29 kilometers in South Africa, because South Africa is a beautiful place, and when I ran forest, I would just keep going.
So what are your expectations? I mean, are you looking to win? Are you looking to run fast? Are you looking to give yourselves options going into the Olympics? What's the plan?
I mean, for tomorrow?
Yeah.
You mean? I want to run tomorrow, if it's possible, under 70 minutes, like 6:9, 6:8.
And if the pace goes out as is intended to around about low 30s at halfway, will you go with it?
I will see tomorrow how I feel.
Because that's what people are talking about, that you probably will go with it, and you might get away with it, but you might not. And will there be an element of luck, or do you feel well prepared for a half marathon?
But it's hard to say. If it's in March, because I make like in the winter a lot of kilometer, but now since summer it's like all what I do is like sprinting, shorter distance. I don't know what to say, because I don't even do one run like 18 kilometers or something. So it's hard to say, but I will see what I feel tomorrow.
But presumably, the closer it gets to the finish, the more confident you'll feel.
Yeah, if I close to the finish, of course, that's gonna be amazing.
And the male athlete who's in a similar situation as your teammate Yomif Kajelcha, is he? I mean, without speaking for him, is he approaching it in much the same way? He's fit from the summer, so let's try road.
Yeah, Yomif is much better than me, because he's run like 5K. I mean, if he do like long run or tempo run, he's like flying. Because he told me also when he was young, he used to run 10K. I don't even think about 10K. So he's more, I think he can do fantastic job, because Yomif is like, he's more, when you see he workout, his long workout is amazing. Like you just say you should run 10K or half marathon. I think he's gonna surprise everybody tomorrow. But for me, we will see.
But it's your feeling that you've had a great summer, you've achieved many things, you've got titles, you're in great shape in the countdown to 2 more global years. So you've nothing to lose. You're quite dangerous, because whatever happens, you've had a great year.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing to lose. It is end of the season, and I'm done. And it just, I'm happy to be here. Thank you all of you for inviting me. Actually, for letting me come. And it's nothing to lose. I just see, and I will maybe do in May or in February some half marathon. I'm sure I'm gonna run better, but not at this time, not this moment. Maybe I will surprise tomorrow also myself, but it's all gonna be. I'm gonna be happy with no matter what happens.
And we've seen through the summer you've done everything from 800 metres up to 5,000 metres, but the talk is that for Tokyo and for Doha World Championships next year, your coach may want you to try 5,000 and 10,000. Is this a sort of test of that possibility?
Yeah, I'm like, I always say to my manager, I'm never gonna do 10K because I'm gonna get dizzy for all lap, 25 laps or something. But it's like my coach told me in Tokyo I have to double, and you can't. It's not possible to double 50 and 5. I think the same or something Olympic. And since I ran this year, I before like 2 years ago, even when I start 5,000 meter, I used to, after 4 lap, I used to count the lap.
Yeah.
I just say, okay, 6 lap left, 3 laps left or something. But now I don't even think it. And so we train also with Alberto more endurance, and everything is more hard training. I was like, since he said, yeah, you can run, you and Yomi will run 10K. So I told myself, why not?
Do you know what the women's European record is?
I don't even know.
66.25.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's very
Is that really news to you? It's not far away from your target time, is it?
No.
All right. Well, enough of the speculation. We wish you well tomorrow. Good luck to all of you. Thank you very much, our elite ladies and gentlemen.